Hello, Alfredo, and welcome to your reading. I hope you're well today. Um, it's been really fun waiting for the right moment for your reading, and it's at the most unexpected time. I'm actually between classes right now, and my plan was to go record outside, but I'm going to tell you the story just because it might be in some ways relevant later. We'll see in the cards. But we have a cat in our new home, currently living in Ibiza. Not sure if I told you that yet. But yeah, we moved to Ibiza. And yeah, when I saw the garden being cut, it looked so beautiful. It's been sunny and warm. I thought I could film. But yesterday I went and sat on the rooftop where I was planning to do it. And the cat that we have, her name's Princesa, but I call her Cleopatra, slowly changing her name. Um, Nobody knows about it but me. But anyways, um, she would not leave me alone. Like really, just to the point where my cards were not going to be okay. Um, she was like pushing on everything. I had my notebook at the time. Long story short, it's not the moment. Basically, she needs to get some vet treatments and some vaccines, and then she'll be allowed more in the house. So, yeah, right now she's just really easily excitable. So here we are in my bedroom. It's not quite ready yet. We've moved in about 3 weeks ago, but we had a little break and went back to Madrid for my mother-in-law's birthday. So it's still a work in progress. But here we are between classes. Very excited to get the cards out for you today, of course. This is a special birthday offering, so I'm going to take my time. I will set a timer to make sure I'm roughly on schedule and don't lose myself completely. Anyways, lots of talking. All right, Alfredo, today we're going to start with a meditation. With your consent, I can tap into your energy body and we can talk a little bit about what I feel in your meditation. I know that by the time you're seeing this, I would have already finished filming. I don't know how it works, but time is an illusion. And for sure, in this moment, you will not hear and I will not be able to tap into anything that you do not allow. It's my intention to only tap in when or where consent is given. So if you wish to block or hide or keep things private, now's your time to set that intention. If you fully consent, now's your time to set that intention too. And with the comfort of this reading being in the power of your hands, I invite you to take a moment to get comfortable. If you feel comfortable in your environment, you can close your eyes. We're just going to take a moment to root into our bodies. I want you to send your awareness down your spine, into your hips. Notice how your spine connects you currently to the place or the seat in which you're in. Notice how powerfully your spine holds you up. We're going to take 3 breaths, and as you're breathing, I invite you to envision a yellow light with a red exterior, a ball of yellow light with a red exterior around it. As you're inhaling, you're going to envision this ball of light moving right up to your spine, to the base of your neck, lighting up the back of your head, easing all tension in your brain. And as you exhale, you're going to notice that movement down your spine as the energy flows down into the ground beneath you, rooting you, stabilizing you, grounding you. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, light goes up the spine. Exhale, light slowly drops down to the base of your spine, down into the seats and down into the ground. Last one, inhaling deeply. Hold it for a moment. Imagine that white light, or that yellow light, invading all of your upper head, around your body, forming a kind of protection. Back up to the top of your head, the light goes down the back of your spine as you exhale. Straightening your spine, sitting back on your seat bones, and dropping your shoulders, returning to normal breathing without control. Today my intention is only healing, love, light, and truth. If you have any intention, you can quietly set that to yourself now. And as you do so, easing yourself into the truths and messages you're about to receive, opening your heart, but also opening your mind to practice your own power and discernment. And when you're ready, I invite you to gently open your eyes. All right, so the question that is on repeat is, what is holding you back? I feel this kind of pulling on my shoulders, like something or someone is literally holding you back. And I guess, or what it's feeling like, is it's self-imposed, but it's based on the perception of what others want from you. It's like making a decision based on what you think is going to make other people happy, which is interesting. This could be a little bit unconscious in the sense of it might be this subconscious sort of reading of what your mom wants from you, what your partner wants from you, what your colleagues want from you. There may be this sense, and that sense is somehow guiding you, and in this particular situation is holding you back. So what's going on with the energetic body? There's a surge at the bottom. You know, I think it's no coincidence that I changed my typical meditation today and asked you to envision that light, because there's an imbalance between your lower body energies and your upper body energies. What does that mean? Lower body from the navel down is creativity, passion, drive, survival, safety. These seem to be working well. These seem to be quite activated. The upper ones, the heart, love, attracting abundance, attracting opportunity, the throat, speaking your truth, the third eye, trusting yourself and your intuition, the crown, being connected to your higher purpose. This is on shutdown right now, and I think it's because of this holding back of yourself and your energy. Now, it's great that the lower energies are activated, but you can't fully use them if you don't have an open channel. So your energetic body is asking you to sit with yourself and go, what do I want? 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 This is a huge thing that's coming through right now. Like the questions on repeat. I almost wanted to stop. And that might be how you feel. You might not want to even look at that question because what you want is uncomfortable. I don't know if that's making any sense to you, but clinging to comfort is gonna hold you back here. Now, I did read what you wrote to me before. It could have something to do with this, but this feels deeper because it's energetic. So it's not just about the promotion, it's about the energetic body. It's about your being not fully functioning. And I just have a fly here. I don't like that in a reading. So when you see that, when I see that, it points to like outside influences either having a negative consciousness towards you. So it could be people that are thinking bad things about you, don't want the best for you, and they're sending you that energy, right? It could be that. It could also be very much negativity and thoughts. So we're going to want to contain that, and we're going to want to really sit with ourselves and be honest here about what we want. Don't know why I'm saying we, okay? I'm just going to leave it at that though. All right, so whew, I'm all fired up. You got those lower energies going. Okay, so we're gonna do that beautiful formation that you asked for. Love it. Every month, I'm gonna pull 2 cards for you. No, before we do that, I need a, okay. I must look kind of crazy sometimes talking to no one. Okay, first we're gonna tap into your personal energy, okay? We know what the energy body's doing. What is your overall message for your personal energy outside love, outside work, outside everything? What do we got for you? Oh my goodness. Sorry, give me a second. Interesting. My plant gave me a little head tap. Okay, so we have the Magician card and the Lovers. Ooh, major arcana. We're in a big shift here in our personal energy. The Magician talks about having everything you need, right? You're currently manifesting what you want. They're trying to remind you of your power right now. It's not that you've forgotten it, it's that you're not using it. I don't know what that means. Like, you have the power, but you're not using the power. Whatever that means. I don't know. Okay. Then we have the Lover's card. Oh. Choice. Now, this makes sense because of what you sent me, but already straight away you can see the choice. There's a very powerful choice ahead of you. Okay? You're in this place of you got to make a choice, and you're capable of making that choice as well. I'm thinking of that meme. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like, anyways, I think I didn't pull that off. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't blame you. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups. Oh, honey. Okay. So it's very much coming up, this situation that's on your mind, very much, okay? It must be so heavy on your mind. It must be so present that it's coming up in your personal energy. Because I asked without work, without love, without anything, and it's coming through. So it's very much an important, empowered decision that you need to make. And you're being asked not to be nostalgic or cling to the past. Things are going to have to change one way or another. And I don't know why I'm getting this story of like, hey, you might stay, and then by like just a cosmic joke from the universe, things get bad in your current team. It's like you can cling to what feels comfortable, but it's impossible to cling to an unchanging thing, because even if you stay, it's gonna change, it's bound to change. That's what's going to happen. There's no doubt about that. So if change is inevitable, you're being asked to invite the change that's going to really push you forward instead of hold you back. I'm not seeing that your current situation is going to be this good forever. It's just not. So you can stay and wait for it to get bad. Sorry, I sound so negative right now. I'm just like, why am I coming across so strong, but it's the way it's coming through, I guess. Just a messenger. I have no personal investment in the choices you make. I trust you wholeheartedly. Um, but the point that I want to make is, or that the cards want to make, is that you can stay and wait for things to get bad, or you can continue to move forward and embrace the change. And that's what you need to do. I just heard stability is overrated. I know this doesn't feel like responsible advice. Take it as you will. But yeah, it's like there's this strong sense of, in this particular situation, stability and comfort is an illusion. Interesting. Okay, so that's coming up in your personal energy. I don't really feel like I want to get more on this. It just feels good. So I'm going to start with February. I know February is almost over, but I think we can start this month so you can reflect a little bit. I want to get two cards for every month. Okay, so I'm going to get a card from February to August, as you asked, an overall energy and an advice card. Okay, overall energy is going to come from the Light Seer, and advice will come from the After Tarot. Then I'll finish the reading off with an energy oracle just for your overall energy and advice for the next few months. All right, let's start with February. What's the overall energy for Alfredo in February, please? Oh, okay. Four of Swords. We're stuck here. This is a feeling of being stuck, but the reality is it's a healing stage. So it may seem uncomfortable and tough, but it's really just rest. You might be needing a lot more sleep lately. You might be needing more rest. And this might be bringing you some sort of stress or dis-ease because, not disease, dis-ease, um, because you're putting pressure on yourself, more specifically pressure on yourself to move, which is quite interesting because I'm also seeing in your personal energy that you're being held back. So there's this very uncomfortable in between moment of I want to move, I want to go, but there's no gas in the tank, you know? And when we see the Four of Swords, we need rest. So I hope that you have taken the rest that you've needed this month. And if not, give yourself this weekend, perhaps, to explore that fully restful state. And that means without guilt, without doubt, without self-negative talk, without rejection of parts of ourselves. Remember, putting too much pressure and forcing us into something is also self-abandonment. We have to listen to our inner child. We have to listen to our bodies. We have to listen to our minds, and we have to go towards our goals. It's a complete balancing act, and nobody's figured it out. Not a single person on this planet. Okay, let me clarify. For February, what's the advice? Knight of Pentacles. Yes, we have another slow moving card. You don't have to be at the finish line yet. You're currently resting and setting up the foundation that's going to help you be successful, right? So do it now so you don't have to do it later. Do it now so you benefit later. It's slow moving, I know. At times it probably feels really stagnant, but that's okay. That's okay. We're heavy-footed here. We're setting up that foundation. There is a future here for you that's quite abundant with the Knight of Pentacles because it represents the start of a very prosperous and abundant future, right? A path forward that's starting on good footing. So I want you to bring yourself back to this question that's now playing in my head, which is ask yourself why you started. I don't know what this is referring to. It has to do with movement, it has to do with goals. So look at your goals again and ask yourself why? Why did you make these goals? What is the real purpose of these goals? Who are you trying to please with these goals? And it's okay to adjust and change and be flexible along the way. Okay? That's the message here. All right, moving on to March. What have we got for March? Okay, I'm gonna go through very quickly because otherwise it's gonna take forever. March, April, May, too many cards. There we go. Thank you. May, June, July. Ooh. August. Okay. So, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna get another one November. Sorry, September. Okay, so interesting. It gets really, really good. We have a little bit of a hiccup here, but that's why I love putting it in a sequence first. Okay, so March, we have the Page of Wands, a new beginning. Take that new beginning, take that new opportunity. Celebrate how far you've come, celebrate your skills, celebrate what you've done. It's going to be a very creative month for you. New learning, new behavior, new ways of doing, a lot more freedom though. There's a lot more freedom to explore and use your skills in a way that better suits the situation, okay? In all situations. That sounds like a ridiculous message. It's better use or more freedom to use your skills in all situations in March. Just in your life in general is what I'm trying to say. Okay, what's the advice for April? I mean, sorry, March. Why do I keep getting the months wrong? Queen of Cups, stay grounded and stable. Do not overreact. Respond. This March is a month where, why do I keep saying April? Maybe it's very much connected, but let's finish with March. So March is very much the month for emotional stability, okay? Working on that groundedness, working on looking at your emotions, keeping some stability here, because with the Page of Wands, there's a lot of excitement for you next month. There's a lot of changes, a lot of fun, exciting things, creative things. Movement's going to come a lot easier next month once you've gone through this rest cycle. And with that excitement is, of course, the requirement to connect with yourself and your emotions and bring some of that grounded stability so you don't lose yourself in the excitement. Okay, we want to stay focused here in the month of April. All right. That was weird. Okay. All right, then we have April. April seems huge. We have the Empress card and death and rebirth. There is a new beginning for sure happening in the month of April. Okay, so I think the stability is connected to the month of April because April is going to be very chaotic and bring about a lot of feelings of ungroundedness just because there's so much excitement going on here, so much change, so much transformation, so much creation with the Empress card. You're going to want to take care of yourself, self-care, indulge a little, but in the more sensual side of life. I'm seeing like skincare connecting more with like the sensual part of yourself as you're going through this transformation. What's the advice for the month of April, please? Yeah, the Moon card. You're on a journey here. You got to respect the timing, the divine timing of that journey, because there's going to be a part here in April where you're not sure if you're on the right path. You're just going to have to step forward in confidence and trust. Trust, trust, trust. I just really don't think change and transformation is something we regret on our deathbeds. I think what we regret the most is not allowing ourselves to change. Okay, May. In May, we have the Nine of Wands and the Page of Cups. So, May is a very vulnerable month for you in the best way, in this way that things are flowing, emotions are flowing. You're feeling connected, you're feeling free. You're thinking more, you're having fun ideas. But with the Nine of Wands, you're going to need to be very strong on your boundaries here. Because in the Nine of Wands, I'm sorry, in May, it does seem like your boundaries might be challenged a little bit, right? Particularly with regards to asking for your worth. So this may be as simple as demanding respect or cutting people out that aren't respectful, or just speaking what you need, standing up for yourself in what you need in the month of May. What's your advice here? Yeah, Two of Pentacles, you're going to be juggling a lot, going through a lot of changes in May as well. You know, the major transformation seems to be in April. And then you go through this Two of Pentacles energy where it's like you're juggling too much. You're almost juggling two things. You're going to have to put some boundaries on the people around you and what you're truly able to do in the month of May, and not what other people need from you, but what you need for yourself. And what I'm trying to say is people are going to want a lot from you in May, and you're going to have to be able to say no in certain situations. Okay. June, we have the High Priestess. So this is a very empowering month for you in June. In June, there's more connection to your intuition. There's more connection and trust with yourself. And you're going to be navigating something that's going to require that in the month of June. It's like a relaxed, it's like the calm right after the storm. You know how it's usually the calm before the storm? It's like there's a storm and then there's this calm that comes over you in June, where you realize that you've done some good things and you've made the right choices here. It's a very beautiful feeling. I feel like June is about embracing and acknowledging how much you've done. Okay, let's clarify June. Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles, a big paycheck or a big reward. It's giving after a time of needing to be stern and organized and focused, that in June you finally get to relax into this peaceful state and get the sort of reward that your hard work has been paying for, There's this sense of like bonus energy, or there's just something that I'm not saying it's unexpected. Look, the hair running through there does feel a little bit unexpected. But the wave of peace that runs over you due to this like monetary or physical reward is really amazing. And then we have in July the Ace of Cups. So with the Ace of Cups, we're talking here about a new fulfilling beginning. So it seems like once you've relaxed in June and you've realized that your hard work's paid off, there's this feeling of fulfillment in what you're doing, a lot of love pouring out of you, and also receiving. With the Ace of Cups, there's reception ability, receiving gifts, receiving nice things. Okay, what's your advice for the month of July? Yeah, so this is really to help you through your final push with the Ten of Wands. Yeah, my goodness, you cannot make this shit up. We got the Ace of Cups twice in the month of July. Hard work truly, truly paying off here, because the Ten of Wands represents the final push. It's like when you're exhausted and you're tired and there's just this breaking point, but instead of breaking into falling apart, it breaks into falling together. And it's a really beautiful month for that. But then, okay, so this kind of threw me off. In August, we have the Nine of Swords, grieving and loss. There's this sense of grieving your old self, this death and rebirth you're going through this year. You get to a point in August where it's like there's a sadness, there's a fear that you've lost something, that you've released something that's not coming back. Let me see if I can clarify this. This is coming in August. Judgment. Yeah, you're gonna be seemingly in August making some final decisions about what you're cutting out. And you will be cutting out a lot here by the looks of things. The Nine of Swords represents a deep shedding, a fear-based pain, fear of losing something. But with the Judgment card, it seems to be completely in your control. And with the Judgment card, it's for your best, right? So you'll be making the right decisions. And you'll be making decisions, and it feels like these decisions are really bringing a sense of relief, because then in September, we have the Two of Cups. There's a reuniting here. There's a beauty here. A love, right? Now, Two of Cups can traditionally be a partnership, but not always. Sometimes it represents equilibrium in a decision you've made. And this is really what keeps coming up, is decision. So, yeah, okay, let me just get an advice card with September, just because we're running a little bit out of time here. Advice card. The Nine of Cups. September becomes an indulging month again. Quite fruitful month. You have everything you need. Okay, so how do I break this down? When I see the timeline here, I see a huge spike in changing and comfort and illusions being broken around, March and April. And then we get to May, and you're in this kind of flow state, and you're creating and you're juggling a lot, you're doing a lot, but you're upholding your boundaries. That's an important reminder there. Okay. I don't know if you heard my alarm. Then, that was in May. Then June comes around, and you have the sense of peace. There's a reward for your hard work, the hard work that you've done, particularly, well, throughout, really, because April's going to be quite heavy emotionally because you're going through this transformation. And then in May, that hard work that you're putting in, all that stuff you're juggling, that's really going to pay off in June when this relaxing, peaceful state comes in. June being quite a beautiful, stable month where you get financial reward. I don't know why that word's always a little bit unattainable. Reward. Anyways, then we move into July. Now, July is when this sense of emotional fulfillment comes along with that monetary fulfillment. It was the final push coming to an end, and you have the Ace of Cups, where you have this incredible amount of just fulfillment and happiness and love and abundance being sent your way. Now, this is quite a high, and unfortunately, it does seem like in August there's a little bit of a dip, mostly because we're grieving and we're letting go of things that we really don't want anymore, that really aren't serving us, that really aren't good for us. And there's a grieving and a fear around that. Then we move into September, and there's this stability and balance that's come from these decisions you've made and these things you've cut out. And what comes from that is a lot of fulfillment, a lot of, indulgence that comes in the month of September. There also does seem to be a reunited thing happening in September. It's quite beautiful, where you're being reunited with maybe your partner or with a friend or with someone that means a lot to you. And that brings about that sort of stabilizing love energy as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. I feel like anything more than that. I was going to grab an energy card. That was my intention earlier, but I'm not getting that feeling anymore. I feel like it would just be overwhelming at this point. Let's pull one, and we can be gentle about it. We can just very briefly look at it, maybe. Okay. So I'm just going to put this to the side. All right, let's get one final overall energy card, please. Spirit for Alfredo. Nothing overwhelming, but a gentle, soft message that is required. Oh, a burst of magic is what we got. I like that. So this is an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose. Your purpose as a gift bestowed on you. Sometimes you may find that something you've been pondering or a dilemma you'd let go of revisits you without warning. It may hit you while you're thinking about nothing, or the trigger may be just the right words arising in a conversation, book, or blog. An epiphany strikes like a lightning bolt, waking you up to a truth that has previously eluded you. It's as if the whole world stops in that moment as you integrate the missing pieces of the puzzle you were meant to solve all along. This is such a time for you now. Answers are coming directly from source and being downloaded into you with such force of conviction that you cannot be the same again. Be grateful for this beautiful burst of magic. It is not an everyday gift. Inherent in this is the knowledge that Spirit is always listening to you. Spirit is your loving partner, reminding you that you are not alone. Even when it appears that you are trapped, you always have a key to unlock the solution if you cultivate the willingness to be open to and in tune with Source. The answers you seek come when you stop looking for them. Be mindful today. When information pops up out of the blue, pay attention. The action you need to take will become obvious as you integrate this magical wisdom. Regardless of the subject of your inquiry, you will be transformed. Only good will come from this. I don't know if you can hear the baby in the background as well. Confirmation. I don't know if I filled you in. I'm living in Ibiza. My housemates have twins. It's magical though. Loving every second of it. So that's the baby, one of the babies you're hearing in the background. Yeah. So, Alfredo, I think this is quite a powerful year for you. I think it's no coincidence that you were looking for a reading with me. I think really what we're looking for now is stability within yourself, within your energy, by allowing yourself to want truly what you truly want, if that makes sense. And your connection to that is going to be very powerful for you at this time. If you can dedicate the time to work on that and to receive that information and connect with your truth. But that's enough from me. I'm going to leave the rest up to you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you and hearing how you are. If we do connect in August, that would be great. And I hope this helped in any way possible. I'm wishing you all the best.